Hello, it's Big Soprano, and today I'm going to talk about my experience with LSD, or acid. I'll probably call it acid in this video, but this is going to be a big one. So, LSD is a hallucinogenic drug, and I didn't do drugs until I started living in the trap with my friend because I was getting kicked out of my aunt's house. So my friend found a drug dealer that sells coke, ecstasy, and LSD. And the coke was $50, the ecstasy was $20, and the LSD I think it was like $50. I think it was $50, and I bought some. It was $50 for a single tab of LSD, and it was not worth it at all. Like, it's too expensive, and the effects it has on you, which I will explain later in the video, are really bad. And like, I had a really bad experience with LSD, so it was not worth the $50. And my friend kept telling me to take it at the right time because it could either fix your life or destroy it. And I guess it destroyed my life because I never took it until I left the trap and I was living in the homeless shelter. And living in the homeless shelter was really horrible for me. Like, I felt lonely, I felt scared of like just random people, because there's a lot of scary people that come around the homeless shelter. People who stay there or people who just hang around it or whatever. They're all terrible people, honestly. I'm not saying all homeless people are terrible people, but these people that I met at the homeless shelter, they were terrible, honestly. And no wonder they ended up there. And like, I just did not belong there, because I didn't fuck up like as badly as those people did, and I still ended up there just because I had no place to stay, because my aunt wouldn't take me back after my stay at the trap house went horribly wrong, you know? So I bought the LSD and I never really took it until I started living in the homeless shelter. So I had a really shitty day. I lost my job, and I won't explain like why or how, but at the very least, let's just say I quit my job because it fucking sucked, and all the people there are fucking horrible people. So it fucking sucked there. That was at Burger King. And so I quit my job, and I was on the brink of a breakdown. Like, it was a really shitty day, and it fucking sucked. It was really horrible, honestly. And I thought it would be a good day, time to cut off all my friends and delete Discord. And I already deleted Instagram. I thought it was a good idea to cut off all my friends and then take acid and maybe kill myself. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, right? Like, it was kind of up in the air whether I'd kill myself or not. And I last took it on September 5th, 2023. And it was the worst experience of my life. Like, it fucking sucked. So I experienced a very bad acid trip, and I took it with some Molly that I put in the Prime outside of a 7-Eleven. Like, I didn't drink it, but I put it on my tongue and it dissolved. And I come back to the shelter feeling drunk. Like, I felt drunk as fuck. I wake up my friend who was sleeping on one of the chairs in the lobby, and for some reason everyone I became acquainted with started crowding around me. They probably knew I was on acid. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Kind of made me anxious. So I try to go to bed. Then I start having paranoia. I had cocaine on me at the time. So I brought drugs into the shelter and I might get kicked out if found out. So that made me very paranoid. So I leave the homeless shelter very late in the night while on acid, and these two people on a bike ride up to me, about to jump me. I call the cops and they go away. From there on, I started to experience some intense feelings and hallucinations. I started to get extremely paranoid that I'm being stalked or being watched, and I'm about to get beat up. And people started popping out on the street out of nowhere. It may not be hallucinating because those people were actually there, but it felt like they just popped out of existence, out of the shadows, and it scared the shit out of me. So eventually the cops arrive, and they Uno reversed me and put me in custody until they drive me back to the shelter, which was like a block away. So yeah, they could have just walked me there in handcuffs, but I guess they drove. It was easy enough. And over there at the shelter, I tell the workers that I'm on acid, and I'm extremely scared. Like, after that experience. Like, not because of the cops, but because, like, I almost got jumped. Like, I was shaking. So they call an ambulance, and they check my blood pressure. And they're, like, giving me directions or whatever. Like, I don't know, like, breathe or something. I don't know. Like, normal stuff. And they take me into the hospital to wear off those drugs. And this is where the experience was pretty horrible, because I felt like everyone at the hospital was making fun of me. And I started getting those hallucinations that people were making fun of me for months. Like, for like almost a year. Well, probably like half a year. It's much better now. I don't get those hallucinations anymore. But like I used to genuinely think everyone like in public was just making fun of me. And it was a really terrible feeling to feel like the world's against you, and everything just fucking sucks, you know? So I felt like everyone at the hospital was making fun of me because I just sat in a chair in a part of the hospital full of people, but they probably didn't make fun of me. After the hospital, I go back to the shelter, and that's it. I am never trying acid again. Do not try acid. It sent me to the hospital. It was the worst experience of my life when it comes to drugs. Yeah, when it comes to drugs, it was the worst experience I've ever had with drugs.